Welcome to the Complete AI Guide podcast, brought to you by georgebmatthew.com. In this episode, we're diving into a stack of research, blending it with expert insights, really aiming to give you clear understanding fast. Today, it's all about AI in business, specifically the real landscape of implementation. And we've got this great metaphor to guide us, the AI iceberg.
It really is a perfect image, isn't it? Because, so many leaders, executives, they only see what's above the water.
Right.
That shiny tip, the promise, the pitch data goes in, insight comes out, value, maybe even competitive advantage pops out the other side. It looks so neat.
Yeah, totally straightforward. And it feeds into that idea, that really seductive idea in boardrooms. Just feed the AI data. It'll figure it out. It'll deliver value. Clean, linear. Almost sounds like magic. I was looking at some research you shared, and it mentioned that quote from Roy Amara.
Oh, the futurist, yeah.
We tend to overestimate the effect of a technology in the short run and underestimate the effect in the long run. It just perfectly captures this whole AI situation, I think.
It really does.
Yeah.
Because that idea, that simple data in, value out view, it's dangerously misleading.
Dangerously misleading. Okay, so unpack that. What's happening below the surface?
Right, so below the waterline. That's where the real work is. It's not just code. Not by a long shot. It's this huge, sprawling ecosystem, all interdependent.
Ecosystem? Like what?
Like heavy-duty engineering, for starters.
Yeah.
Robust governance structures. Strict compliance needs. You've got ethical considerations baked in, or they should be. And then even after you launch, it's continuous tuning, monitoring, iterating. It's a lot more involved.
Okay, so much more than just the tip of the iceberg. Can you walk us through that actual pipeline? Contrast it with that simple data in, value out illusion. What are the real steps down there?
Sure. Well, think of it less as a straight line and more like a complex refinery process, maybe.
Yeah.
Starts with data sourcing, finding the right data, collecting it properly.
Okay.
Then comes cleaning. And this isn't just, dusting things off. It's dealing with messy formats, missing values, errors. It's intensive.
Right. I've heard data scientists spend a huge amount of time just on that.
Oh, easily. Some studies say up to 80%. It often shocks leaders who expect instant results. After cleaning, you hit feature engineering. This is crucial, but often underestimated.
Feature engineering. What's that exactly?
It's basically transforming that raw, clean data into the specific inputs, the features that the AI model can best learn from. It's like giving the AI the right kind of glasses to see the patterns.
Got it. So shaping the data for the AI.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Then finally you get to model training itself. After that, careful deployment into the real world. But it doesn't stop there. You need ongoing monitoring. Is it still working? Is the data changing?
So it can drift.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which leads to the final step, which is also a beginning. Retraining. You have to keep the model updated and relevant. It's a continuous loop.
Wow. Okay, that's way more involved. And I'm guessing each of those steps, sourcing, cleaning, engineering, training, deploying, monitoring, retraining, they're not happening in a vacuum, right? There must be pressures.
Oh, constant pressure. You've got legal requirements like data privacy laws, ethical guardrails, what's fair, what's right. You absolutely have to manage for bias.
Bias is a big one.
Huge. Then there are demands for transparency, for explainability. Stakeholders want to know how the AI reached its decision. You just have a black box. And layered over all of that, cybersecurity, protecting the data, protecting the model itself. It's relentless.
It sounds like a minefield almost. Each step is a potential point of failure.
Exactly. A single point of failure. And the research shows many companies, they're kind of blind to these hidden cracks below the waterline until, they widen into a full-blown crisis.
And we're not just talking about a tech project failing, are we? What are the real consequences?
No, it's much bigger. It's serious reputational damage. It's major regulatory exposure, think fines, lawsuits, and it can even cause strategic drift. Your company falls behind because the AI you thought was giving you an edge isn't actually delivering, or worse, it's causing harm. It's way beyond just a sunk cost on technology.
Okay, so understanding that hidden complexity, that massive part of the iceberg below the surface, that's step one. Now let's dive into what leaders often miss, even when they acknowledge some of that complexity. We're talking about 3 critical blind spots. The first one sounds really basic, but maybe it isn't. Data is not just there.
It sounds basic, but it's absolutely fundamental. You know that quote from W. Edwards Deming?
Refresh my memory.
Without data, you're just another person with an opinion. And the thing is, the raw data companies have, even if they have tons of it, it's almost never ready for AI. It's just sitting there.
Right.
It has to be sourced carefully, cleaned, meticulously, normalized so different types talk to each other. De-biased, which means actively hunting for and mitigating those historical prejudices embedded in it. And critically, put into context, what does this data mean for our business?
And you're saying these aren't just IT problems?
No, definitely not. These are core governance questions. They're brand risk questions.
Yeah.
They belong in the C-suite, not just the server room.
That really reframes it. So for you listening, think about these questions strategically. Do you actually know your data's full history, its lineage? Where did it come from? How has it changed along the way? Does it genuinely represent all your customers or just a slice? Is it ethically sourced? Can you defend how you got it and how you're using it if regulators come knocking?
These are tough questions, and failing here has real impact. We've seen it, companies rush in, build an AI for, say, personalized marketing,
Yeah.
only to find out months later their core customer data was skewed, missing key demographics. So the AI ends up being useless, or worse, biased towards only the customers they used to have.
Yeah.
That's a very expensive blind spot to discover late in the game.
Incredibly costly. And that idea of bias leads right into the second blind spot you highlighted. Ethics and bias are not add-ons.
Exactly. This isn't just about looking good or, managing PR bias baked into an AI system. That's a structural problem. It's a legal liability waiting to happen. It fundamentally undermines trust.
And this is where it gets really critical, isn't it? Because the data we have often reflects past societal issues, past prejudices.
Inherently, historical data carries historical baggage.
So if you just feed that raw history into an AI, hoping for efficiency, what happens?
Well, the AI learns those biases.
Yeah.
And because AI operates at scale and speed, it doesn't just replicate the inequity. It amplifies it. It scales unfairness much, much faster than it scales efficiency.
Wow. It's like you're building a super fast engine fueled by contaminated gas. It'll run, but it'll spread the pollution everywhere faster.
That's a good way to put it. I heard someone say it's like asking a fortune teller to predict the future. Using only last year's newspaper, you'll get great predictions about last year, but a terrible map for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. So things like transparency, being able to see inside the model, to some extent fairness checks, explainability,
Yeah.
they aren't optional extras. They're not nice to haves.
They're foundational.
Absolutely. They are the bedrock of trust. If you don't build on that foundation, you're going to pay for it directly. You could lose market access if your AI is deemed discriminatory. You might fail to get regulatory approval. And customer confidence. Once that erodes, it's incredibly hard to win back. Trust is everything, and biased AI burns through it fast.
Makes total sense. Okay, so we've covered data reality and embedded ethics. What's the third critical blind spot?
The third one is about strategy and deployment. AI has Mabel. Different modes, choose wisely. I think a lot of people hear AI and just imagine one single powerful thing, like HAL 9000 or something.
Yeah, the sci-fi.
But it's not like that at all. Not all AI is the same. And organizations have to be super clear. What is this specific AI tool designed to do? Is it meant to automate a task, augment human judgment, or act as an autonomous agent? Because the answer changes everything.
Okay, different modes. Let's break those down.
Yeah.
First up, automation.
Right. Automation AI is best for tasks that are repetitive, well-defined, bounded. Think robotic process automation, handling invoices, basic data entry, maybe quality control checks on an assembly line.
So lower risk.
Relatively low risk. If the environment stays stable, it's great for efficiency gains and predictable areas. But the big if is stability. If the context changes unexpectedly, and automation AI isn't built to adapt, it just keeps doing the old thing, which could suddenly be wrong. That's where the risk can spike.
Okay, then the second mode, augmentation.
Augmentation is really interesting. It's designed for situations that are high stakes, where human judgment is crucial, but complex. Think medicine.
Like reading scans.
Exactly. An AI might analyze thousands of medical images and flag anomalies a human eye might miss, but the doctor makes the final diagnosis, bringing their experience and understanding of the patient's full context. Or in law, AI can sift through mountains of case law in seconds.
Saving huge amounts of time.
But the lawyer builds the argument, understands the nuances of the courtroom. It's a partnership. AI assists, human decides. Air traffic control, complex financial analysis, places where the AI provides powerful support, but the ultimate call is human.
Got it. Human in the loop, essentially.
Very much so.
And the third mode, the one that sounds most futuristic, autonomous agents.
Yeah, these are still largely experimental, though we're seeing more attempts. High potential reward, think self-optimizing supply chains, maybe algorithmic trading bots operating independently,
Mm.
but also inherently volatile, high risk,
Why volatile?
because they're designed to act and make decisions without direct human intervention at every step. They learn and adapt on their own, which is powerful, but it means you need incredibly mature, robust governance around them to prevent them from going off the rails or causing unintended harm.
So choosing the wrong mode. That sounds like a really bad idea. The research had a great analogy for this.
Oh yeah, which one?
Choosing the wrong mode for your context is like sending a self-driving car onto an unpaved road.
Huh, that's perfect.
It might move, but you will not like where it ends up. It just nails it. The tech might function, but if it's the wrong type of AI for the job or the environment, the outcome could be messy, even dangerous.
It really does capture it. It's about matching the tool, not just to the task, but to the entire context, understanding its limits, and having a clear role for it.
Okay, all these complexities, the hidden pipeline, the data issues, the ethical traps, choosing the right mode, it all leads to a really critical question, especially when vendors are making exciting pitches. Why does independent advice matter so much here?
Well, think about incentives.
Yeah.
A vendor's primary goal, naturally, is to sell you their solution. Their incentives are aligned with getting you to adopt their platform, increasing their share of your budget.
Right, they want uptake.
Exactly. That's not necessarily aligned with your long-term strategic goals, your specific risk tolerance, or ensuring the fundamental integrity of how you use AI. They might downplay the complexities below the waterline.
And you mentioned the wrecks of companies.
Unfortunately, yes. The tech landscape is kind of littered with cautionary tales. Companies that bought into a slick vendor pitch, maybe invested billions,
Yeah.
only to find out later, maybe through an audit or a crisis, that the foundations were shaky. Think about that recruitment tool example. An AI meant to streamline hiring, but an independent review finds it's actually perpetuating historical gender bias from the training data.
Oof, that's a PR nightmare, plus potential legal trouble.
Exactly. An independent, domain-savvy advisor could have or should have flagged that risk way back in the design phase, before the damage was done, saving not just money, but trust and reputation.
So what are those tangible benefits? If a company brings in independent experts, what do they get that they wouldn't get just from the vendor?
Okay, several key things. First, they ensure your data strategy actually serves your business outcomes, not just the vendor's product roadmap.
Yeah.
Second, they help embed things like bias mitigation and fairness right from the start. Bake it in, don't bolt it on. Third, they help build governance frameworks that can actually grow with you as your AI use expands. You won't outgrow your safety rails. Fourth, they design those crucial human-in-the-loop systems thoughtfully, making sure they genuinely adapt to real-world context. And fifth, they give you compliance foresight, anticipating regulatory changes, rather than just reacting when you get caught out. It's proactive, not reactive.
So it's about building resilience and foresight, not just buying a tool.
Precisely.
The research summed it up starkly. Without this independent advice, you are not buying AI. You are buying black box risk.
It sounds harsh, but I think it's accurate. You're essentially investing in something where the potential downsides, the hidden liabilities below the surface, are unknown or underestimated.
Okay, let's bring this all together then. The bottom line seems pretty clear.
Yeah, I think so.
AI done well, truly transformational. It can unlock incredible efficiency, drive innovation, create entirely new ways of doing business. But AI done badly.
It's not just wasted money. It's a genuine strategic liability. It can set you back years, damage your brand, expose you to significant risk. The stakes are really high.
So before anyone listening signs that next AI contract or maybe greenlights that next big internal AI project, what should they be asking? You mentioned 4 essential questions.
Yes, 4 key checkpoints for you. First, what specific data is actually powering this model? Do we understand it? Is it clean, representative, ethically sourced, and legally defensible? Can we stand over it?
Okay, question 1. Data integrity and defensibility.
Second, who owns this thing after it's deployed? Who's responsible for governing it, maintaining it, updating it, especially as the world changes?
Yeah.
Where does the buck stop?
Question 2. Ownership and governance post-deployment. Got it.
Third, is this system designed for automation, augmentation, or agency? And crucially, why did we choose that mode? Does it fit the task, the risks, the context? Is that choice deliberate and documented?
Question 3. Mode selection and justification.
And finally, the 4th question. Have independent experts, people who aren't trying to sell us this specific solution, reviewed and validated our approach? Have they helped us spot potential blind spots we might have missed?
Question 4. Independent validation. Those feel like really solid guardrails.
They're designed to force a look below the waterline, beyond the shiny surface.
Because as we've discussed, in a business world that's often just obsessed with the visible stuff, the quick wins, the surface level metrics, it's the companies that are diligently evaluating and investing below the waterline that will likely be the most resilient, the most future-proof.
That's the hypothesis, absolutely.
Hmm.
Long-term success requires understanding the whole iceberg, not just the tip.
So a final thought for everyone listening. What does understanding that hidden depth, that complexity below the surface mean for how you approach AI in your own organization? Something to think about. That's all for this episode of the Complete AI Guide podcast. Thanks for diving deep with us.